All right, thanks, guys. Wichita State takes on UCF, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Central Florida. The Shockers of Wichita State are -3, total at 133. We saw a half a point move toward the Shockers and movement upward on the total. Wichita State opened 2.5 up to -3. Total open 132 up to 133. 64% are leaning Shockers, 56% on the over. Right now, the Shockers, they are shooting just 40% from the field this year. They're also averaging just 63 points per contest as the official road team. They've lost their last 3 straight games, and they failed to cover the point spread in 7 out of their last 8. Now, Central Florida on the other side, a little bit different story here. 2-0 straight up in their last couple of games, 8-4 straight up in their last 12 at home. They're giving up just 65 points per contest on their home court. They're led by Colin Smith, who's averaging 12 points a game, 6 rebounds. Of course, Cesar DeJesus, 11 points a game, 3 assists for the Knights. 3 out of UCF's last 4 games stayed under the number. They're also 5-3 to the under in their last 8. Wichita State on the other side, 5-2 to the under in their last 7. I'm going to lean towards Central Florida, keeping this one close. Give me UCF +3 and the under 133 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's college basketball action. Happy Thursday to you. The weekend is almost here. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube, I just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium sports picks on that website. Beginning at just $1.99 per month. We improved to 7-4 in our last 11 crowd pleaser teasers yesterday on that website. So we did pick up a nice win in the crowd pleaser teaser. We did have a couple other plays in action yesterday, and not so fortunate. We got absolutely whooped on those, and not feeling good about that. Definitely do not feel good about losing a couple of games. Having said that, though, bankroll still pretty strong, as we had about 3 straight weeks of winning days with only a handful of losing days. So still doing very strong, very well on that site. We did drop to 19-5 in my last 24 extra daily picks, and of course the extra daily pick package is just $2.99 through the end of the month. Here's the really good news. We're 6-0 in our last 6 NBA tier package plays, and we have another NBA tier package play going off tonight. Will I make it 7-0 my last 7? There's only one way to find out. Get hooked up with that NBA tier membership on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, if you're still on the fence, guys, you're not alone. We have over 1,100 members on that Patreon page. It's a great community. It's a very welcoming community. When we win, which is most of the time when we win, we're all riding high. And of course, when we lose, it doesn't feel good. But we certainly have each other to lean on over there. It's just a great community. It's a lot of fun. I love everything about that Patreon website, and it's got nothing to do with me. It's all about the subscribers and the members. You guys are awesome. So if you're on the fence, it's a very welcoming community. We don't verbally abuse each other. It's a very, very fair and, I can't think of the word. It's just, it's very welcoming over there. It's a lot of good stuff going on that site. Link for that site is in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Memphis taking on Cincinnati, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Bearcats are -6.5, total at 139. We saw a half a point move towards Cincinnati and movement upward on the total. The Bearcats open as the 6-point favorite, up to -6.5. Total open 138.5, up to 139. 51% are leaning Memphis, 82% on the over. Now, Precious Achiuwa, 15 points a game, 10 rebounds for Memphis. He is listed as questionable with a back injury, so keep an eye on him. And of course, DJ Jeffries, he is still listed as out. We're not going to see him tonight, and he's responsible for 11 points a game and 4 rebounds for this Memphis squad. Now the Tigers, they're averaging just 60 points per contest on the road, and they're shooting just 38% from the field in that same category. Not having Jeffries and potentially not having Achiuwa certainly can affect that even greater. Now, Cincy on the other side, winners of 5 out of their last 6. They're also 10-1 straight up on their home court. Jaron Cumberland, 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Certainly can shoot the basketball. Keep an eye on him. He is listed as questionable, although I'm pretty optimistic we will see Cumberland in tonight's action. Chris Voigt, 13 points a game, 6 rebounds for the Bearcats. Of course, Keith Williams, he's averaging a dozen a game and 5 rebounds. Cincy, top 15 in the nation in defensive field goal percentage at home. They're giving up just 60 points per contest on their home court. Now, Cincy is 7-4 to the under on their home court. No real surprise there. Meanwhile, 5 out of Memphis' last 6 road games stayed under the total as well. I'm going to lean toward the home chalk in this one. Give me Cincinnati minus 6.5 and the under 139 in that game. Next matchup, Iowa taking on the Hoosiers, 8 o'clock, Indiana. The Hoosiers are the 1.5-point favorite at home, total at 149. Now, we did see a 1-point fade of Indiana. We also saw movement downward on the total. The Hoosiers open 2.5 down to minus 1.5. Total open 149.5 down to 149 even. 59% are leaning Hoosiers, 54% shaded toward the under. Now, if you like Indiana in this matchup here, just keep in mind they are ice cold right now, so you're basically betting that they're going to turn her around. They lost their last 4 straight. They also covered the point spread in just 30% of their games in their last 10. Defensively, their opponents are shooting 35% from downtown on their home court. Now, the Hawkeyes on the other side, winners of 7 out of their last 9. They also rank in the top 20 in the country in scoring on average per game. And, of course, that can be a lot of that credited to Luka Garza, who's averaging 23 points a game, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. This guy's pretty much a man amongst boys when you see him in action. He really, really sticks out. Guy certainly passes the eye test. I would not be surprised if we see him making some moves at the next level. Joe Wieskamp, 15 points a game, 6 rebounds for the Hawkeyes. Of course, C.J. Frederick, 11 points a game, 3 assists for him. Iowa, 15-9 to the under on the year. Indiana, 70% to the under in their last 10. I like the slight road dog in this one. Give me Iowa plus 1.5 and the under 149 in that contest. Next game, Colorado taking on Oregon. 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Ducks are minus 4.5 in the friendly confines. Totals at 139. We saw a 1-point move toward the Ducks and movement upward on the total. Oregon opened 3.5 up to minus 4.5. Total open 138 up to 139. 59% are leaning Oregon, 61% shaded toward the under. The Ducks, undefeated at home this year, 12-0 straight up in their dozen home games. They also rank in the top 15 in the country in shooting the 3-ball at home. This Oregon squad is averaging 81 points per contest in the friendly confines. Meanwhile, the Buffaloes of Colorado, they failed to cover the point spread in 3 out of their last 4. They're also averaging just 65 points per contest on the road and shooting just 39% from the field in that category. Total-wise, 4 out of Colorado's last 5 games did get over the number. Meanwhile, Oregon, 9-3 to the over on their home court. Could potentially see a lot of points in this one. Give me the Ducks minus 4.5 and the over 139 in that contest. Next game, Huskies taking on the Trojans, 9 o'clock USC. The Trojans are minus 3.5, total 137. We did see a half-a-point fade of USC and movement upward on the total. The Trojans open as the 4-point favorite down to minus 3.5. Total open 136.5 up to 137. 69% are leaning USC, 83% shaded toward the over. If you like the Huskies in this matchup here, they are winless as the road team. 0-5 straight up as the official road squad. They've also dropped 8 out of their last 9 games, just 1-8 straight up in their last 9. And of course, out of those 9 games, they've successfully covered the point spread in just one of them. 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 as well. Washington, they're averaging just 63 points per contest on the road. They're also shooting just 40% from the field in that category. USC on the other side, 7-2 against the spread in their last 9. 9-2 straight up on their home court. They rank in the top 30 in defensive field goal percentage. Now, USC's 4-1 to the under in their last 5. I'm going to lean USC Trojans minus 3.5 and the under 137 in that contest. All right, next game, next game on the board. It is going to be obviously still on the West Coast here, and this is a double-digit point spread. I'm talking about Arizona taking on Cal, 10:30